Hello everybody, it's Edwina from My Craft Orchard. How are you? How has your one book July gone? I thought today I would have a look at how mine went, the changes I've made, because I have made some changes, what worked and what didn't. So stay tuned. Okay then, let's have a look, shall we? So, the cover's still the same. I love this cover. The pocket at the front, which is the So Busy, has worked really well because I've actually been putting some stencils in there. So anything that I've been wanting to do, I've put in there, and then I've had it with me, so when I'm planning on a night or not at my desk, away from my supplies, I've got the stencil in there. And the pocket at the back has been, again, I've got a few more stencils tucked into there, which is really good, and I've enjoyed using the stencils this month, I have to say. That's something new I haven't done in my Happy Planner before. So the logs at the front, that's working really well as well. My only change that I might make is, because I think it's the August, everything's getting a bit full. These boxes, because I've split this page into 3, everything's getting a bit full as the year goes on. Maybe it's just sort of like April and August that are busy. I'm not sure really. I think this is something I'll have to evaluate at the end of the year as to whether these boxes are big enough. At the moment I think it's holding its own, and I could also use a sticky note, I suppose. But that's worked. The monthly overview, I love the fact that I've prettied it and I've made it really nice. I think that's worked as well, and the month definitely, because the month always works, doesn't it? And then I'll just do a quick through. So that was week 1. I actually used tape instead of Tipp-Ex to block out these lines. Don't like the tape, so I went back to Tipp-Ex for that one. I then put more decoration on the bottom of the page, and I've got a box there I didn't use, but that's okay. I'm quite happy with that. I started putting our teas in, and I don't think that worked, so that's something I stopped doing. Then this was the birthday week, and I love the fact that I've got more decoration and I've used the stencils on this page, and I think that was really quite successful. Again, we went back to the Tipp-Ex. Apart from this bit here with the lines, I think I changed that in the last week. Yes, I did. So I don't think that was successful, but this week, this is the week I'm actually filming on the 31st, this worked really well. So with the extra decoration, I used stickers instead of stencils this week and didn't block that one off, but I did with those. And I think this worked really well, and I really enjoyed using this spread. And then I've also then made a start on August decorating of my monthly page, monthly overview, and then my monthly page is all stickered and dated up, ready to go. So as far as my everyday catch-all planning, that worked lovely. Now, the sections following that I've actually moved round. Originally I had it, so I had my catch-all here, and then we went into my 6 months for life personal journey. We then went into my moon journal, and then my content planner and lists. But I've moved those. I've actually moved my content planner further forward within the book, because I was going on an evening when I was journaling, I was going everyday planner and then working my way through the book, which it's been working amazing, absolutely amazing. That has. When I've watched all these other ladies who Franken-planned their planners, I can see why they do it now. I really can, and I will be keeping it this way. This is just working so well. But I moved the content planner beginning of last week, because I felt I was missing things, or I wasn't doing enough planning within that section. and come August I want to be doing a lot more planning for my content and scripting and all of those sort of things. So I've moved that forward, and so far it has worked, I have to say. The weeks haven't been filled out, which is why I moved it forward, because I just haven't got to these weeks. Whereas, and then I started playing with this one, and then this is the current week that we're on, and as you can see, it's much more filled out because I moved it further forward in the planner. So there's one of the big changes. I'm also enjoying decorating these pages more. Here I didn't do much, just put a bit of washi on, but with the more decorative and changing the titles of the boxes, that's worked really well. I've decorated next month. I'm not going to show you August because obviously we don't want any spoilers coming up, but I have decorated the weeks all the way through with washi. I've prepped those. It's just going to be a case of changing these now. I've played with changing the titles, so I just need to go through and do that. So that's, and I think setting up the full month in the content planner is a better way to go rather than doing it every week. Because hello, my battery ran out, I do apologise. So, and I was in full flow as well. So we got to my content planner. I've just got to pick up where I left off. So the content planner in the front worked really well. So the next section is my 6 months for life personal care section. And that worked really well. I actually filled most of that in, and I think it's because it was all in the same book, and that worked really well. And I do feel that section worked. The next section was my moon journal, and that's the same. It went self-care, moon journal. I'm not going to show you this in too much depth, but that was my month, and I'm not quite sure what to do with that, if I'm honest. That's why there's not much on it. I think I even put the new moon in the wrong place. I've still got to work out what to do with that, but because the rest of this front half of this is working, I'll have time to do that, I have to say. And there's a few manifestation, new moon manifestation, full moon, and sort of just wishes and things I'd like to happen in there, and that's ready again, the same as the self-care section. I haven't set anything up for August for either of these sections, but that's ready to go for me to do. And again, I will set it up for the month, the same as the content planner, so I can just turn the page and just journal the way I'd like to. The next section then was a home, and again, this isn't showing. The only thing that moved within this planner was I moved the content planner from the back to the front, and it's working amazingly. So the home section, the calendars worked really well, and then we came to the month, and I started filling it out with food that we were using. And I just fell off that. Again, I think it's because I start at the beginning and work my way through the journal front to back, as you do, and this bit I run out of time. But if I'm preparing all of these in advance and I'm making all of these work, when I get to here, it should work. So I'm going to give that another go for this next month. The next session was my writing. I did 3 days, as you can see. There's 3 ticks. I only did 3 days. I was supposed to be doing a 100-day challenge of writing for at least 5 minutes a day. It was also Camp NaNoWriMo, and yeah, just went by the by. Birthdays and break up for the holidays and all of that sort of thing. What I did manage to do is I wrote in the journaling prompts that I wanted to do each day, and I think I did one prompt, and I did some other writing on my novel. I think the win for my writing is I actually did 3 days. I don't know, I just don't know where this... I've got lots of ideas. I've got lots of plot twists and all that sort of going on with my novels, because it's actually ending up as a series. But the actual physically sitting down and doing this didn't work. So I need to rethink my writing. I need to, I don't know what my writing needs, I'll be honest with you. Needs to be worked out. Anyway, so in terms of being in here, it did work because it kept me on, not on track, but sort of, oh yeah, there's writing to do, and it also gave me somewhere to make notes and that sort of thing when my brain's addling with stories, I suppose. So one, it was a win because it's all in the book together. Second, it wasn't a win because I didn't actually do it, I only did a few days. So that whole section, that whole thing needs looking at and re-evaluating, I think. The Kanban board, here are some of the things I've done. See, there's something else I did. Fabulous. 1 book July's finished, so I can move that over. Oh, I'm loving this bit, I have to say. The writing didn't get done. I did post on YouTube. So far, the things that I put sort of for this week, if should I say, a lot of stuff has come off. This section, this whole next section, this one, with all of these coloured binder dividers, that's the word I'm looking for. This section hasn't worked at all. Nope, not at all. So I've given this a lot of thought because this is, or was, supposed to be project planning, and that's my project list, which there's far too many and needs totally re-evaluating. And it was task lists. And one of the problems I decided, I will show you this one particularly, this one, is I put lots of different papers. So there's a red one there for YouTube, one for Minecraft Orchard, one for workshops, yellow one was Craft Club. It just doesn't work. There's just too much going on, like in that section, and then in my writing section, this one, there's no tasks in there. It's all notes for my novel. The Daisycraft section, well, I have a completely different business planner for that, and that's where all of those tasks and that lie. So that definitely didn't work. And I haven't reviewed these lists, I haven't looked at them, they're not inspiring confidence. And with the getting things done system, you need to be able to trust your list that you're not losing anything. So you take it out your head, you put it on a list in a place that you trust, and this isn't being trusted at the moment. So I've re-evaluated, and at this moment in time, the change I'm going to make is very simple. I'm going to continue using the Kanban board because that's working, and I like these notes here on post-its, and I like the projects on that piece of card there. These sections here will all be my project notes, so the project plans. So for instance, let me think. So if I want to script a YouTube video, those notes would go in here. There's some things with Daisycraft that I need to flesh out and think about more in depth. So those notes, the brain dumps for that project, the task list for that project, all of that, I think I'm going to try putting behind these sections here. Not the actual task list, just the project notes and the task list related to the project. What I've then done is I've got this little baby out, and this is an A6. This is a Motum cover which I had off AliExpress before we came out, you know, Brexit happened and all those sort of things. And this is actually one of the older covers because it doesn't have the back pocket. It has a pocket here, but it doesn't have the flappy one that a lot of them have now, which is amazing, by the way. And I like this because it's actually, because of it doesn't have that extra pocket, it's actually thinner. It's got a few card pockets, pocket there for you to drop your notebook in, another pocket there for which I put some stickers in, and the thing to put the other side of your notebook, and 2 bookmarks and a pen loop. And it's soft, the softness of this is amazing. I don't actually think, because this was end of line, so I don't think they do these anymore, but if they do, have a look on AliExpress, because that's where I got it from. So the notebook I put in, this actually came from Tiger a few years back, and I already started using the notebook as daily pages and as a planner. So there's daily pages, there's weeklies in there, notes, there's a month there, and I think I used this over sort of 12 months ago. And there's still all of these pages here to use in it. So I thought, because there's pages still to use, and it's a lovely notebook, the paper's really, really nice, I would use this as my task list. So I did a bit of a brainstorm, and this is my piece of paper. I know it's tiny, but I'm doing it quick. So I think the sections I'm going to set up in here are at computer and at desk, because I'm either sitting at my computer or I'm sitting at a desk without internet connection. And I actually worked up, do I do an offline or an online section? Do I put a pen and paper section? I decided desk and computer would be the best. And then I'm going to have a waiting for section, which is an old waiting for section here at the front. It has never been filled in, so I thought I'd utilise that page to start with. I'm going to put the projects in here into the Happy Planner, but I might still have a list of projects in here just as a reminder, because I could just put that in my bag if I'm going to a coffee shop or I'm waiting for something to happen with Harry or something. I could just have a review, and if I've got the list of projects with me, I could maybe do some thinking about that. Calendar will obviously stay in my Happy Planner, and then I've also got support for each section. So I'm going to have a folder on my desk in my wire tray that I keep on my desk for things like, if it's a physical piece of paper, I'm waiting to come back for that. The physical pages for support. So if it's a letter or a magazine article that I need to read or something like that, that would go in that folder. And then at the bottom here, I've then put projects. And the reason is, and I cannot remember where I got this from, I've actually got it tucked here at the front. What I tend to do is when I'm reading blogs or anything like that, I tend to sort of write things down which I think are useful, and this is what I wrote down. So if you have a multi-step project, is it less than 5 actions, then it's a small project. So you write out the actions step by step and add them all to the action list. If it's a project that's got more than 5 actions, is a larger project, so you then do whole project planning, which is what I'm going to do in this section here. Taking your notes, tasks, any ideas, then you take the next action and you put that onto your action list. So you put the whole of a small project on, and you only put 1 or 2 of a larger project onto the action list that are going to go into here. So that's the plan. That's the big change in my One Book July, is the fact that my tasks weren't working. And I think that's what One Book July is all about. It's about changing your system to make it work for you and to getting you up to date, really. That evaluation process of your planner system is so important, I have to say. I really do think it's important. I'm doing it in the middle of the year, so because we all tend to do it at the beginning of the year, when, you know, in December and January we look at our value, we have planner systems, we order our new planner systems. You know, sometimes this process starts in October. Doing it halfway through the year in July, I actually find really beneficial as well, because it means you're then looking at, well, I set this up at the beginning of the year, this is what I thought would work, is it still working, what needs to change, how do I change it? And that's, for me, what One Book July is all about, is that evaluation and changing things when I need to. It's also making sure that sometimes you come out of that comfort zone and you try something new. It's important to try stuff new, particularly in the planning community. We're always jumping from strings to rings to happy planners to notebooks to bullet journaling and all of those things. So to me, it's important to do that evaluation, even if you don't participate in One Book July, which I highly recommend you do, I have to say. If you haven't done it this year, definitely do it next year. Do it in August, you know, change everything up. You've only just found us here. Do it in August. It's a wonderful challenge. It's liberating, I have to say, it really is. So, just to recap, my everyday planning worked. I moved the content planner and I've totally re-evaluated my task list, and I've slightly changed my system up to accommodate those. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I've had a lot of new subscribers. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my existing subscribers for continuing to watch what I do. I really do appreciate it. I love making these videos, I have to say. Coming up in the next few months, I've got I'd like to start a new challenge that I'm going to do, and obviously we've got summer planning and all sorts of things coming up. So please make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. My Craft Orchard, where skills and ideas can grow. See you soon. Bye.